What's up, Rufus Church? This is me, Pedro, and today I'm going to do a post about something I've been holding off on for probably about 2 or 3 years now, or 2 years, or as long as I've had this blog at least. And that is the idea that the world is meaningless. Every time I think about writing it, I say, man, if I write this, you know, some people are going to misinterpret what I say. They're going to get their feelings hurt. They're going to feel so sad or whatever. And even though I don't really feel like that's my responsibility, at the same time, I figured probably better for me to hold off on doing it. But today I decided to go ahead and cross that line and write about it and talk about it. So let me try to, as quickly as possible, explain what I mean when I say that the world is meaningless. Well, here's the short version. Go read Ecclesiastes in the Bible. I've mentioned it in blog posts in the past, and Ecclesiastes, I'm going to just put out there that it's my favorite book in the Bible, probably, because whenever stuff in the world starts to seem like it's really kind of getting to me, I read Ecclesiastes and I realize, oh yeah, the world and everything around it is meaningless. It's all vanity. Now, you could take that negative or you could take that positive, but however you take it, let me let you know that you are making it up. See, to me, that's what meaningless means. It means it has no meaning. It means it's not positive or negative. It's just meaningless. It's neutral. And then we, with our creative ability, have the power to give meaning to the world, to give meaning to events, to give meaning to circumstances or things that have occurred in our lives. So when I look at the world, if I say something's meaningless, it's because I realize that a lot of times the things that we feel about the world around us come from the stories that we tell about the things that come around us. And I've said things in other blog posts in the past that kind of allude to this, but essentially what I'm trying to say is you, me, everyone, we decide what the world means to us. And yeah, we might have had some experiences in the past that we might say, well, that taught me that this means this. But it doesn't always mean that. Therefore, the event or circumstance in and of itself is meaningless. So if at one point in your life, say you encountered someone and you said something to them and they took offense to it, then you say, well, I now know if I say this to a person, they will be offended. Well, no, that might not be the case because you might be able to say the same thing to someone else and they might not be offended. So the statement that you made or the way that person took it does not give inherent meaning to that type particular circumstance. So I hope that that's clear. I know I kind of speak without thinking, and then I'm not really sure if what I've said is clear. But essentially, my point is we give meaning to things. We determine that. And I know that I've said this in other posts before to a degree, so I don't really want to just go deeper into saying the same thing over and over again. But when I read Ecclesiastes, what I get out of it is most of the world and the way we experience is based off of vanity. In the King James version and a couple of other versions, it says vanity of vanities, the whole world is vanity. And if you look at the life that most of us live, it's a vain life. Like we care what people think about us, and if you care what people think about you, you're automatically vain. And I'm not saying vain is a negative thing. Vain is as meaningless as anything else. But what I'm saying is, it is vain in that we do things to try to get certain feelings out of it or to try to get certain accolades or something. We do things generally to get some kind of feedback from other people to tell us whether or not what we've done is of value or not. And so that's vanity. And if you're doing that, I mean, at least know that you're doing it. Or at least I'm going to suggest that you know you're doing it. So if I'm ever being vain, I'm always conscious of like, okay, I'm thinking about what so-and-so thinks. And in reality, I know that it's none of my business what so-and-so thinks. We've been taught otherwise, but it's not. It's not really. It's their business what they think. But enough of that. The point is that a lot of times we do things for reasons that we make up or we attach meaning to things that don't have inherent meaning. You know, like a flag, we decide that the red, white, and blue and stars and stripes means America, but and we might get all happy about it. Somebody else sees that same flag and they're like, ah, because of the meaning that they've given to the flag. You understand what I mean by that? Obviously, plus you can't answer me anyway. But anyway, this is my long tangent. Um, there are a whole bunch of different examples that I could give about how we decide what something means, and then we put value on it, and then we go out into the world believing that those things have that value that we placed on it. But I can tell you it's not true. Another example, before I go, I sold cars for a little while, and people used to come to the car dealership with some raggedy old cars that they loved so much. And to them, the car was worth like $10,000, and they'll come in and they'll try to trade it in, and they would say, "Oh, this car's got to be worth like $10,000. I mean, it's a good car. I've driven it across the country 5 times, and it never had a problem." And I'd have to say, "Well, you know, if you drove that car across the country 5 times, it's got like a gazillion miles on it, so that's going to be of little value to someone who's buying a car because they're going to look at it and go, what? 199,000 miles on a 2010? Holy moly. I'm not going to give you that much for that car." See how that works? But because the person who owns the car feels like it's an awesome car, they had memories in it and everything, it's got all this value that it doesn't have to someone else. That's someone giving meaning to something that doesn't have inherent meaning. So I've talked this to death. I know you get it. You're smart people. So that's it. I can say some more if I write underneath this post, but from there, I think you can take the ball and run with it. If you have problems with it, feel free to contact me and I'll try to clarify. I'm not trying to depress anybody, but I also don't like sitting there pretending like I don't see what's going on.